Okay, summer tub update, 11th of July, 2026. 2026. Obviously, these guys are doing good. Getting a little chunked out, I think. Might need to cut down on the rations a bit, especially for you. But anyway, uh, interesting stuff to talk about with the tubs this week. Starting with the Phineas Vladicovite tub. Probably one of the least interesting tubs to talk about. Not much happening. Just waiting. Last year we didn't see fry until the end of July. So I'm just waiting to see what happens. But we got a lot of algae, which in a normal tub I'd be frustrated with. In this tub, it's exactly what I want because they live and breed in algae. So yeah. Amaryllis is throwing off new shoots. I'm tempted to actually cut back the ones that were damaged, but we'll see. The gold tub, no fry yet, but you see this here. That's a new female that I threw in. The other two fish are over here. I don't know if you can see it, but the female is holding eggs finally for the first time. I'm seeing her hold eggs. Yeah, don't have her in camera. But yeah, the female there on the right is holding eggs. Then this female is one that I found among my stuff. Actually, I'd pulled her before intending her to take her out, but finally did now. It's another gold female with dark eyes. So hopefully we get some action going on here. This tub, the steel Hikari tub. You notice there's a bunch of fish swimming up at the top, including a couple golds. Well, there's a reason for that. I've been seeing zero fry out of this tub, and I realized that I was only really seeing this gold male that I threw in later and one or two of the steel males swimming around. I was seeing no females. So I went and looked through the stuff I still have indoors, and I pulled two regular fin het for Hikari Kuro females from last year's production. And I also found another that one right there next to the orange guy, one that's in the center of the screen. That is a steel Hikari female, although not very well colored. And then there was actually another gold Hikari female around. So I put those guys out. So hopefully they will actually start breeding, so I have something to work with for next year. The tricolor tub. Well, there's the female tricolor. You can see she's got a really nice orange cap on her head. It'd be interesting if these turn out to be an orange cap strain. I mean, the male has kind of the opposite, where he has an orange stripe on his tail, but base of his tail. But anyways, I'm sure you can see there are lots of little fry cruising around in this tub. So this is actually the most successful of all my tubs, and actually there's a bigger guy over here, bigger fry that's growing up. He's probably he's definitely a couple weeks old. So yeah, the tricolors are doing well. Moving over to the Yukihis, also doing well. Not getting quite the production of the tricolors, but still getting some production. Hopefully enough to have enough to sell. If not, I'll definitely have enough to work with them again next year. I really do like the Yukihis. I know they're a pretty standard strain, very common, but there's a reason for it, and it's because they're gorgeous. Nothing like a hunter orange fish. Moving over here to the Valencia / mixed medaka tub. As you can see, we have kind of a Kuro female along with, I believe that's the Mayuki female, and then back here we have, it's hard to see, we have it's not a Orochi, but it doesn't have, she's like an axanthic female, the Mayuki male, and then down below you can see there's an orange fish. I mean, that if you remember, I put out an orange fish when I put these guys out a couple weeks ago, but I have not seen that orange one in a while. And so I decided I will put out another orange female, because really the main goal of this was actually to get the Mayuki gene into, not orange, gold. Sorry, gold female. the goal of this was to get my Yukijin into the gold line. So, need a gold female to do that. And actually this, let's see if I can find some, there's one right there. This tub has started producing fry. And I have seen some white ones and some black ones. Probably can't see them, but there's like a black one. A couple black ones right over there. Definitely producing more blacks than whites. Yeah. Let's see, is Geo up and about? I just fed him, so, oh, there he is. He was eating his, can I lift this? Yeah. Yeah, he was eating his, what you call it? I gave him a frozen block, so he was eating that. But yeah, he's doing good. You know, really enjoy him. He's gotten so much more outgoing this year. He's always up and out and looking for food, which I really like. I like turtles that I can see. So I like fish that I can see too. Basically I like to see my animals. Anyway, moving over to the small Halloween tub. It's gone back to green water. There's a few fry in here now. A few. You can see one right there. Another there. Another there. Breeders seem to be doing well, but not seeing a whole lot of production yet. But I'm hoping maybe over this next week we will see. Because certainly I'm like, there's a female and a male there, and the female's got eggs. Yeah, I'm hoping that we will see more production happening here, because certainly there's no shortage of eggs for these guys. Okay, on to the marble Hikari tub. I was not getting any fry out of this tub and was getting frustrated because I put a nice pair in here and there were no fry. And then today I was looking and my pair were 2 females. So I went and I had a spare, I only had the 2 marbled Hikari fish, but I have a spare gold Hikari male inside. So I went and can't see, actually no, he's right there. He's hiding under that water lettuce there. I don't know if you can see him. There he is. You can see his head. Yeah, I just put him out. That is a gold Hikari male, which should be what we need for, I can't find her again, the 2 marbled Hikari females that, if you saw the one that I was shown before, are absolutely laden with eggs. So hopefully we can get some production out of them. And I will say here, this has been a weird season with the rice fish. I mean, I've had some losses, right, which is pretty unusual, at least for rice fish, when I put them out. But then also, it just feels like they've started breeding late. Like the Yukihi and the tricolored tubs came on time, but the other ones started coming in rather late. And then especially putting out like this tub, now that I have a male in it, we got to figure it's going to be at least a week to 14 days for the eggs to hatch. So there's not even going to be frying here probably till, well, definitely until late July. And they're just not going to have that much time to grow out. Not like I was expecting a huge amount of production out of this tub, but whatever gets produced from this, I'm not going to really be able to sell this year. So it's really, at this point, putting together stuff for next year. Same with the steel Hikari tub over there. The baby turtle tub, not a whole lot to say. Not really seeing the babies. I just fed them before I came out, some frozen. But, this is to be expected. Baby turtles like to hide out. A Phanius Mento tub. Most of the plants are doing good. Actually, this thing is going to be, I think, a sea monkey flower pot pretty soon. But yeah, haven't seen any Aphanius Mento fry yet, but I'm not concerned. It's pretty typical. There was an Aphanius that I don't know if you could see it, but there was a male that just dashed through. Yeah, Mento, the fry, they go up to the surface later, but when they're really little, they actually hang on the algae. So I'm not too worried about not seeing fry. There's probably a bunch in there. They're just not going to come to the surface until they get a bit bigger. This white and black tub. Have not seen any fry yet, but not totally surprised because I started it relatively late. There's a female that looks pretty loaded up with eggs. The other white and black tub, you can see some of the breeders hanging out here. They like to hang out in this area where I've cleared the why am I blanking on this plant's name? I use it all the time. And of course I'm thinking of the other name, which is coontail. It's Ceratophyllum's the genus. Oh, what the hell is the name? Hornwort. Yeah, hornwort. You can see the hornwort is this, like the area with no hornworts is where they hang out, but also we are now seeing the babies have arrived. I don't know if you can see that. There's all the 4 breeders right there. I think I have 4 in here. I put in more, but I think those are the ones that made it. But yeah, lots of little fry hanging around. So yeah, should get, just by the numbers, I mean, they're pretty small, but should get decent production out of this tub. The lighter colored Halloween tub, big Halloween tub. Yeah, these guys are doing good. Starting to see fry in here. There's one cruising right there. Focus on it. Yeah, that fry's cruising. We got females loaded with good eggs, and there are more fry hanging out in the hornwort. Let me see if I can find some, like right here. Yeah, we got fry in the hornwort. So I'm expecting, again, these tubs in the back row don't get as much sun. They get shaded relatively early in the afternoon, so not surprised they're a bit behind, but yeah, they are producing. And then finally the big Hikari tub. And yeah, these guys, there's a pair. Of course they duck under right as I come in. Look, there's a pair right there. The other breeders are doing good. There's one of the males hanging out there. A lot of hornwort and starting to see fry pop up. I just saw one. Where did it go? Yeah, like there's a little guy over here. You can see him, little guy. And there's some that are like, that guy's a bit bigger. So that guy's probably more like a week old. But yeah, they are producing. So yeah, hoping for a good harvest of Halloweens this year. So yeah, that's where things are at as we are in mid-July. Entering mid-July, I should say. And there's a mud dauber hanging out around that pot that had the attempt at rain lilies that failed. But yeah, we are entering mid-July. Stuff's breeding. Was able to troubleshoot why both of my Hikari tubs weren't doing anything, which is, not having the correct sex ratios in them. And yeah, we got other fish hanging out. And I'm actually going to go, are these guys? Yeah, you can see the 2 females right there. And you can just see how plump that girl was. So yeah, getting a male in there should get them going. And then, because they are loaded. And then yeah, this tub, we got the males, we needed females. So yeah, yeah, feeling like we're in good well, we kind of had a herky-jerky, earlier part of the season, but feels like we're in good shape now. There was the Hikari, the steel Hikari male was popping out there for a half second, but yeah, I think we got down to only 1 or 2 steel Hikari males in here along with that gold male. And just there was so much cover from the water lettuce that you couldn't see that they were the only ones left, that there were no girls. So anyway, that is the tub update. And yeah, let me know how your guys' tubs are doing, because we are kind of entering the peak of the season. Anyway, later.